sometimes it comes off like you are almost not in support of, but you just accept the way things are and there's no chance of change. Check me out on YouTube. That's the part that I am just like,
unfiretv.com. You're watching onfire-tv.com, featuring news, interviews, and entertainment. Broadcasting from Radio On Fire Studios in Baltimore, Maryland, here's your host, Diamond K.
Welcome back. You made Diamond K in here. Of course, the Diamond K Show on fire-tv.com, on fire-tv.com. So glad that you could join me today. So, when the love is gone, when the thrill is gone, things can get very, very contentious between parents. This I know. Now, I know you may be thinking, longtime viewers of the show may say, I don't have any children, right? I don't have any biological children. How do I know how things can get when the thrill is gone? How do I know how things can be between parents? Well, I did raise a child with his mother for many years that I thought was my biological child, which was not. But I still love him dearly, but not my biological child. And we had trouble between, his mother and I over the years. Things have gotten better, but it was a tough road at one point in time. So I can understand how the thought process goes. Her and I beefed back and forth for years. And, the children are used as pawns in the game. So this we know, and we have seen this. And many women and men are going to try to say, oh, no, it's not me. I don't use folks as the pawn. How's it going? I don't use folks as the pawn. It's the other person. So Mariah Carey allegedly is fighting for the custody of the two twins, shared with Nick Cannon, the twins, right? So according to reports, Mariah and Nick share joint custody. Children Monroe and Moroccan. So they got divorced in 2014. Mariah says that she is the primary caretaker of the children since Nick Cannon now has 12 kids. And this gets to the source of the issue here. So, according to Mariah Carey, Nick Cannon is a great father. According to Mariah Carey says this, right? Now, according to her, the reality of the situation is that Monroe and Moroccan are usually with Mariah Carey, their mother. Okay? She says that Nick does not see them that much. But she wants to put him on notice that he can't just fit in and out of their lives. Can't just fit in and out their lives while he attends to his other children. And that right there is the problem. Mariah referencing the other children. Nick Cannon, of course, infamously has 12 children, right? So Mariah Carey referencing the other kids is my problem. She's doing this because she is jealous. She is jealous that he has other children, and she thinks that her kids are not getting enough time. So because of that, she wants legal standing as the twins' primary caregiver. Now, like I said, Mariah Carey makes it clear that Nick Cannon is a good father, but simply doesn't always have time to tend to all of his children. So she wants to do this. And to me, this is a sign of being vindictive. This to me is a sign. Yes, I said jealous. How else do you describe it? If the person says what we have works just fine, Nick Cannon is a great father, but I want to clamp down some more of my control. Right? All right. On Instagram, she is saying, right? She say he is not there enough, then try to take him out the picture altogether. She's definitely jealous. I agree. That's what I'm saying. She can't have it both ways. But so many times in relationships, we want to have it both ways. You can't have it both ways, Mariah. And I love Mariah. I had a crush on Mariah Carey for years. I told my mother one time, before Mariah married Nick Cannon, if I ever see Mariah Carey, Mom, this is going to be your daughter-in-law. I told my mother that. She was like, God, I hope he never sees her. And then Nick Cannon scooped her up. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say this. In relationships, yes, especially when you move on, kids can happen. It happens. People get married, all kind of stuff. But financially, he can take care of the kids. She said that he is a great dad. This is what you do when a person is not a great dad. This is what you do when they're not a great dad. But not he's a great father, but I want to clamp things down a little bit. So what exactly is the primary custodial parent? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. And let's get into some of these definitions, right? So you have legal custody, the responsibility to make major child-related decisions like education, like religion, like medical, right? And then you have joint legal. Both parents have a shared responsibility to make major decisions. That is joint legal. Now, then you have sole legal. One parent has full responsibility to make all major decisions. You have physical custody. This is where the child lives and who takes care of them. And then you have joint physical. The child spends substantial time living with each parent. Joint physical. Then you have sole physical. The child lives with one parent. The other parent typically has regular visits. These are the types of custody that parents can have. So in a divorce case in which there are kids involved, custody must be decided. This can get tricky. Now, a child custody can be categorized as we said, legal custody and physical custody. Parents who are granted legal custody rights are responsible for making major life decisions on behalf of their child. Decisions regarding the child's health, safety, welfare. Is any of this a problem right now for Mariah Carey? For the twins with Nick Cannon? No, it's not a problem. But of course, Nick has been in the news as of late, having kids. Nick Cannon has kids like NBA YoungBoy drops albums a lot, all right, and often, right? Now, a parent who is granted physical custody rights are physically present with the child at the child's residence. Now, a primary custodial parent under family law would be the parent who spends the majority of time with the child and is said to have primary physical custody. Now, if the kids live with Nick Cannon and he's going to see, the different, infants that are being born, and he leaves the kids with the relative, with the nanny, with something like that, and Mariah is feeling a certain kind of way. Well, why are my kids with the nanny? I want to leave the kids with the nanny. Nick shouldn't leave the kids. Mariah leaves the kids with the nanny. Mariah leaves the kids with family members the same way that Nick Cannon does when she out doing the Christmas songs, when she's out doing the stuff that a diva like Mariah Carey does. Let's not act like Mariah Carey is being this regular parent and Nick Cannon is running around. Mariah Carey's running around too. And I see women. I know I can feel women right now saying, no, he needs to be spending time with his kids. Don't act like Mariah Carey is spending all this time with the kids. Come on now. Mariah Carey is not spending all this time with the kids. Smokey says he was probably a great dad 10 kids ago. 10 kids ago. Yeah, well, 10 kids ago, he just had the two with Mariah. So, why is she really doing this? And ladies, men, in your regular lives, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this fight? Why are you doing this fight with the other parent? You know why? Because you're mad. Because, now you want to act like you want to take care of his kids and all this kind of stuff. I'm just saying, if it's working, why? Why do all of this? Why do all this? So what does it mean? Hello, how's it going? What does it mean to have custody? Legal custody. What? Now, it's decision-making ability for the minor children. Making decisions with your co-parent, that's joint. Sole is one parent is the final decision maker. And of course, we talked about the physical custody, where your child spends their time. Now, in joint, which I think is really cool, equal time with each parent. It can be like up to a 60-40 thing. Joint to me is the best because parents need the mother and the father. And sole is when one parent has the child the majority of the time. So in your life, situations can be different because, of course, we're talking about Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon. They got a whole lot of money between them. So situation, it may be different than what you may experience in your life, right? Could be different. But I'm saying it's really coming from the same place. Their financial status may be different, but the motivation is the same. Mariah, in this instance, is hating. What's Smokey saying on Instagram? Smokey saying Nick can't handle joint with 12 kids and counting. Yeah, I definitely don't think that Nick Cannon is done having kids. He's probably going to have more. And he has enough money to take care. And, I just think that this move that she's making doesn't come from a good place. I think she's hating. She was hating on Nicki Minaj when they was on the show too. She was hating on her. But she was hating on her. But it's all good. It's all good. We moved on from that. So there is a difference between being a custodial and a non-custodial parent. There's a difference. But once again, I don't want y'all to sit there and act like Mariah Carey does not give these kids to others. Like her family's not helping out. Like she doesn't have a nanny the same way Nick Cannon probably does. I'm just saying, we got to be fair with this. Got to be fair with this. So the court, because when you go to court, because they're going to have to go to court, it gets ugly. When determining a child custody case, the court will consider the child's best interest above either parent's personal preference. And if Nick is a good father, right? She's saying that he's a good father. what I don't even understand what the debate is. There's many times where a guy's a good father, but maybe he's moved on in his life. I ain't talking about Nick Cannon now. We talking about just regular Joe Smo. He's sharing a child with someone. They're not together. He's moved on in his life, and the mother makes moves because she doesn't like something that he's doing. Not related to the child, but she just don't like the way he's moving in the streets. Maybe she don't like the girl he's dating. Maybe, something like that. But he's paying his support and he's spending time with the child. But that's not enough. You want more. You want more. You want to make the guy suffer. Because maybe he's matured from where he was when y'all were dating. So because he has matured from where he was when y'all were dating, you feel like he owes you something. So you want to make him pay. How dare he get himself together now that we not together? Oh, how dare he do that? You got that kind of stuff, right? And that kind of energy is bad energy. That is negative energy. I don't like that energy. That's the stuff I don't like. And because it's not about the children at that point. It's not about the children. It's about some other stuff. About what you feel. Sometimes people just don't work out. There have been plenty of relationships that I've been in with great women, but I wasn't mentally in the right place. I wasn't mentally in the right place at that time. And then later on, I got in a better headspace and I was a better, partner to the next girl. Or maybe the next girl, but whatever. But I can point to times in my life where I was not the best boyfriend for, somebody's daughter. And then, some time later, I understood how to better balance relationship work. Now, I'm not really good with it, but I used to be super terrible with it. Let me say that. Smokey says this on Instagram. Are we calling this maturity? Yeah. Yeah, I am. I'm referencing maturity because I'm saying many times in someone's life when they break up, and it's really relevant if they have children, because if there are no children, there's nothing that bonds you to that ex, then you don't really pay attention too much. You may see what they post on social media, but you're not paying attention to their progression and their growth. But if you share a child with an ex, then of course you're still going to be exposed to that person, and you will see maturity. You will see, yeah, he used to get drunk every Friday night and every Saturday night, be passed out on the front porch. Now he don't do that, right? So it's maturity, right? So you can see maturity. Now, Nick Cannon having 12 kids, I think it's not anything I would do. But I'm not gonna say it's immaturity. You might be irresponsible. It might be reckless. It might be dirty dick behavior. But I wouldn't say it's immature per se, because he can financially afford the children. And I know some men that juggle 12 women. So you can spend time with 12 kids, especially if you're a millionaire. I ain't trying to hear that people say he can't spend time with all those kids. He got a lot of money, and yes, he can. Yes, he can. Because here's the interesting thing. While Javante Tank Davis, I think, has dated some ghetto women, right? And I'm sure these women probably don't get along. Nick Cannon, on the other hand, has selected women that seem to get along. They don't seem to be no beef. They ain't even beefing with him. And it just, I don't know. B Beauty says, I think it's reckless for him to keep making babies. I think it's reckless. It's definitely reckless. But to each his own. As long as he can financially support and spend time with these children, okay. You know what I mean? But yeah, you or me, we're looking at this like, okay, when are you going to stop? Like, the richest man in the world don't have this many kids. Although some of the rich people, do have a lot of kids. But Nick Cannon is 12. And it's the thing, I don't think he's done. Now folks are just desensitized. Oh, they can't have another baby. Oh well, who cares? On to the next news. um, but that's what it is. That's what it is. BUT says only because of his health issues that he can pass to his children. Good point. And I think I heard TK Kirkland reference that. Yes, just because he has health issues, does that mean that he should not reproduce? No. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that he has these health issues, but that doesn't mean that he's going to pass it on to the kids. Definitely. You know, everybody's ancestor has some kind of health, something going on. If we use that as the barometer, then, you know, hardly no people would be living. Hardly no people will be born. Yeah, he has lupus, right? And we know this. He's talked about it. He's had some health concerns, some health challenges, and I think that may point to more the reason why he's on this quest to populate the earth. I think that has a lot to do with it. Maybe he feels like his time is limited, and he just wants to do this to death. Or he just wants to do this. You know, I don't know. It's interesting. So he has lupus, and right? That's what it is, lupus, right? Yeah. So I don't know. A lot of these women know this. They lay down with him. They have children with him. Clearly, they don't have long-term relationships with him. I mean, he's just kind of dating and impregnating, and that's just how he's rolling out in these streets. But it is what it is. Well, with regards to that, it is what it is. Lamont, what's going on, homie? So why why this is happening? I just think that whether you're rich or whether they are regular individuals, the motivation is the same. Now, so this is how you pronounce this: B Beauty T. I can see some, but that raises the chances of the kids getting it. She says, me personally, after I found out I had lupus, shop was shut down. Okay. So you shut things down after that. And that was based on you were nervous about passing lupus on to someone else. Is that why you shut shop down? Do you have children? Also, do you have children already? I'd like to know that. And so you have that situation, right? You have that situation, and so many times women will take the guy down for child support because he's got another situation, because he's in another relationship, because he got a new girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. Now, yes, if he's not doing anything, take him down for child support. But if the co-parenting is working, he's paying the money that he needs to pay, he's spending time that he needs to spend with the child, but then you find out he's got another kid coming or he's in another relationship, and then the woman takes him down for that. Oh, I don't know if he's going to run out of money or the different things. That's the stuff I have the problem with. Because if it's working, why bring the court into it? Why you got to bring the man into your relationship? Why do you have to bring the man into your co-parenting situation? So Beauty says yes, and I'm educating myself on it, and yes, you have 3. Okay. And are these 3 beautiful children, are they healthy? Are they good? Did you pass lupus on to any of the any of the kids? Those is not seeing us on Instagram, I'm communicating with someone on Instagram about this. Of course, the Diamond K Show on fire-tv.com. Over the past 10 years, On Fire TV has continued to grow. We have been growing, and we initially started as one show that was done from the spare bedroom in my house. done from the spare bedroom in my house. So we went from that one show, which was the Diamond K show, to us moving into a studio, to us producing over 20 podcasts and Radio on Fire programs and documentaries and web series and so much more. So our evolution, our growth to become On Fire TV is thanks to our members whose generosity has freed us from the influence of mainstream media and just talking about the stories that they want to talk about. We tell stories that need to be heard. We have conversations that need to be had. Your subscriptions, of course, keeps us independent. We are the voice of the culture. Tap in at onfire-tv.com/join. onfire-tv.com/join to support this independent network and become an On Fire Plus member. Thank you, of course, for your support. So we're talking about Nick Cannon, Mariah Carey, but moreover, we're talking about men and women and relationships that have children and you're co-parenting. That's the thing that I really want us to do. Work on handling this stuff between the parents and not bringing the courts into it when it can be helped. Now, of course, fathers need to do their part. Fathers need to do their part, and then mothers need to do their parts as well. And it's just when it comes to child support, right? When it comes to child support, what is for the child should be for the child. Now, Beauty says this: none have lupus, but could down the road. I have C, which is the same Tony Braxton. You have SLE, which is the same that Tony Braxton and Nick has. Anyone that has this knows how painful it is, and it takes a while to diagnose. So as on with the child, they don't, but it can later down the road. Okay. Well, I'm glad that they are all good now. And I hope that you are well yourself. Yeah. So, I mean, I understand your concern. Obviously, I understand your concern. You don't want to knowingly put the kids at a disadvantage. But they are blessings. You have 3. And as of right now, knock on wood, everything is good. So I just don't think that thank you, and you're well this time. Great. I am glad to hear that, because I know some folks, like you said, that has lupus, that go through a lot of pain. But thankfully you are all good. Yeah. So folks want to get in touch with me, djdiamondk@gmail.com, djdiamondk@gmail.com. And of course, music submissions for the mix show or our playlist, definitely send that, djdiamondk@gmail.com, booking or business info. That is how you get in touch with me. Very easy to do that. On social media, I'm at The Diamond K Show, at The Diamond K Show. And of course, to see any of our live programs, stream us live or on demand, onfire-tv.com/watch, onfire-tv.com/watch. Of course, I will be back here tomorrow. And so I wanted to just to talk about this a little bit. But of course, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. You can hit me up. As I said, let's just take a quick break before we get out of here.
Looking for food that feeds your soul? Hoodfellas Bistro and Catering is your local African-American-owned restaurant offering American cuisine. Located across from the courthouse, we offer daily jury specials to reward civic duty. Enjoy our full-service restaurant and fully stocked bar. Dine in, pick up, delivery, and catering. Our themed happy hours feature live music, handcrafted drinks, and weekly specials. Book your private event at hoodfellowsbistrocatering.com.
A lot of events coming up. Wall Street Productions presents the City, State, and Waterfront Workers Reunion. That's going down at the Patapsco Arena. Tickets on sale now. That is February the 4th, 2023. Tickets are available right now. Also, Saturday, February the 18th, the Patapsco Arena West Baltimore reunion featuring Frank Ski and 2 ballrooms of the hottest DJs. You can get tickets for that right now. And also the Grown and Sexy Valentine's Day Gala, Friday, February the 10th, 9 p.m. at the Cellar 2 in Parkville. Tickets can be purchased online. Dress code is formal. The Valentine's Day Gala, $75 per couple, $50 for single. As I said, you can get those tickets right now. So, of course, I'll be back here tomorrow with more of the program. So much to talk about. So much going on. Jermaine Diamond K. As I said, djdiamondk@gmail.com. djdiamondk@gmail.com. So we were talking about custody, right? Talking about custody. And so you have legal custody, as we said, which is the responsibility to make those major child-related decisions, like education, like medical, like religion. Joint legal, which is both parents having shared responsibility to make those decisions. And you have sole legal. One parent has full responsibility to make all major decisions. Physical custody, where the child lives and who takes care of them. Joint physical custody, the child spends substantial time living with each parent. Sole physical is the child lives with one parent. The other parent typically has regular visits. A lot of different options. For folks in raising the child. Lot. If you are living in Maryland, get protected from the unexpected. Enroll in a health plan by January the 15th. That is next week, January 15th. So you can get that coverage. Coverage is important. Of course, I will be back here. Of course, the Diamond K Show on fire-tv.com. If you're having an event, send event flyers to djdiamondk@gmail.com so we can plug those. Definitely send me those flyers if you have something going on. And you never know, you might be able to stop through. Music submissions, booking, business info, also djdiamondk@gmail.com. You want to catch up on any live episodes or past episodes on fire-tv.com/Diamond K. I will be back here tomorrow. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.